In the heart of the coastal woodlands of northeast Tasmania is lonely Mount Cameron. This was our destination. Our party consisted of 25 grade 8 students, 5 teachers from Scottsdale High School and a video tutor. On the hair-raising journey along rutted roads, avoiding low-hanging branches, our expectations were high. We were going to make a short video about an old tin mining dredge, and we were going to make another video about making the first one. We could have always made a video of the video of the video of the video.
Meanwhile, we headed for our home base, the Scottsdale High School Field Study Centre, nestled in the bush halfway up Mount Cameron. Inside, we soon found ourselves working on the video script, even before we were allowed to have lunch. We had to work out the bare bones of our story and the sequence of the pictures that would tell that story, long before we started filming. The script and visual ideas are called a storyboard.
We had to work out our locations in advance so we could get around the film effectively. So we worked with written location schedules. We practiced camera techniques. We would use quite a variety.
It took us most of one night to figure out how to use these old photos telling the history of tin mining. We projected some good slides with a carousel projector and photographed them from the screen with our cameras.
The scene of panning wasn't quite as easy as it looks. As in most scenes, it took quite a time to set up everything. We nearly always use a tripod to get nice smooth pictures. It's easy to look at and easy to edit later. We had to make the scene flow smoothly from shot to shot. We had to shoot several takes of the scene to get it just right. At this rate, Adam would starve if he had to pan for a living.
It took time carting all our gear carefully to each location. We began to find out that patience is a virtue, especially in filmmaking. We had to scout for our camera shots, use the best light and plan the camera movements in advance.
We always got a long still shot before we moved the camera and after the movement was finished. This gave us room to cut when we edited later, and if the camera movement was rough or dragged out, we could always use the stills or static shots. This is a zoom out of a central subject. It's usually more satisfying than a zoom in. It ends up steadier.
This is a pan with a static beginning. Before each movement, we worked out where each shot was heading. This way, there's a feeling of arriving somewhere. To you, the viewer, we always settled after a zoom or pan like this.
It's so frustrating to be cut off in mid-flight. We listened for nice location sounds. They bring the picture to life.
Quiet everybody, camera rolling, we'd yell. Then we would record clean sound. If we pointed the microphone to its source and held the mic very steadily. At times, the bus wouldn't make it along the rough tracks around Mount Cameron. Even the four-wheel drive can't make it. Will we ever get to the dredge? With lots of child power, we got out of a sticky situation. Back into the pig pen with much squealing, and we were on the road again.
Mr. Vic Whitmore, the special guest star of our video, was the last manager of the Dorset Dredge before it stopped working near Gladstone. We interviewed him on location. We had to work out our questions and get to know Mr. Whitmore. It was no good getting embarrassed. We paid attention to Mr. Whitmore so we could bring out some fascinating history of the dredge. Maybe we tried harder than it looks on screen, but all top reporters have their bad moments.
And now, Now, all hands on deck. Trust that board? Sure can.
We've all climbed trees before, but this is ridiculous. Not all Scottsdale kids walk like this. What will they put us through next? On top of staying alive, we had to get pictures of rusty machinery to explain how the dredge worked.
So we worked out our storyboard and location schedules. Out on location, we scouted our shots, planned our camera movements, stuck to our tripod and recorded all the clean sound available. We shot several takes when we had to. We got plenty of safe shots to cover ourselves.
Even when the pictures were in the can, there was a lot of editing to do. We made a list of all the pictures we had shot and wrote down which shots were the best. These are called rushes reports. These make editing clearer. It is then easy to put them in the order you want and to record them onto another video. This is called a rough cut. The rough cut is then re-edited using 2 VCRs. This is called a fine cut.
The art department at school created the titles, and the music department composed and played the music. Listen.
From the fine cut, we made a chart of all the pictures in the film and used a stopwatch to time them. We could then see where all the soundtracks would fit in and where each piece of narration had to go. You're listening to our narration now.
At this stage, it is possible to go into a professional studio to have a better quality video made. Clear paperwork and a stopwatch mean fewer headaches. If you think about the way we have worked, it is like using several layers of tracing paper to make sure everything lines up.
The result is a film shaped from everything we shot on location.
Back into the chute, and 4 days' worth of dirty washing was stuffed into packs and loaded into the pig pen. We were overworked and tired, but that's show business.
As we left our temporary home, some of us felt relieved, others a little sad, but most of us were too numb with fatigue to feel much. We still had another 3 days of editing and script writing ahead of us. That's when it all came together. We simply had no idea there was so much work involved in making a video, but it was all worth it. Now that we have the skills, we hope we can use them in all our school subjects.